All right, let's dive right in. May 15th. It's honestly kind of mind-blowing when you look closely at it, but this single date is an absolute goldmine in math history. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to break down exactly why this one specific day on the calendar is so incredibly special. We're talking about a single date where brilliant, world-changing minds were born across entirely different centuries. We're going to hop around a timeline here, specifically 1857, 1900, and 1964. We'll meet three absolute visionaries, one by one, and trust me, the way their work shapes your life today, it's gonna blow your mind. So let's start with a bit of a modern mystery. You know how you can search your phone for dog or maybe the beach, and it just instantly sifts through thousands of your photos in a split second? We completely take that for granted now. But seriously, how did we first figure out how to process massive, overwhelming amounts of visual data? Well, the answer actually takes us way back to May 15th, 1857, and to an absolutely incredible person named Mina Fleming. See, Mina created this totally groundbreaking system to analyze and classify thousands, and I mean thousands, of glass photographic plates of the night sky. She organized them based on their spectra. By doing that, she didn't just discover countless new stars. She essentially built the foundational math for how we organize massive data sets today. It's just fascinating to think about. Our modern AI-driven image searches, they literally rely on the exact kind of pattern recognition invented by a 19th century star detective. Every single time we search a massive digital library, we are channeling her logic. It's like her brain is hardwired into our phones. Okay, let's jump forward on our timeline. We're staying on May 15th, obviously, but fast-forwarding 43 years from 1857 to 1900 to meet our next genius. Now think about this. Have you ever used an app to instantly translate a web page that's in a completely different language? It feels like pure magic, right? But who actually sat down and taught those early, clunky computers how to read and translate in the first place? That secret goes right back to May 15th, 1900, with a pioneering mathematician named Ida Rhodes. Ida was next level. She didn't just crunch numbers. She figured out how to make those early, massive, room-sized computers actually understand human language. I mean, she wrote the very first programs to automatically translate Russian into English. She fundamentally taught cold, unthinking machines how to handle the massive complexities of human speech, not to mention huge chunks of census data. Just pause and think about that for a second. The literal magic of instant translation running on the supercomputer in your pocket today was born from the mathematical brain of a 1950s pioneer. She was the one who built that vital bridge between raw code and human conversation. All right, moving right along, we're jumping forward again. Same date, May 15th, but a completely different era. From 1900, we're landing in 1964, and we're going to tackle a really big idea here. Consider this for a moment. How do engineers actually predict exactly how an airplane wing is going to behave in the air, or what a giant ocean wave will do? Whether it's designing wings that keep us safe in the sky, or even generating realistic water in movies, how do we predict fluid movement when it's just so chaotic? Well, the answer brings us to May 15th, 1964, and the brilliant mathematical mind of Sijue Wu. So, Sijue went right after one of the most notoriously difficult areas of physics. Using advanced mathematics, she actually cracked the equations that govern the crazy, swirling motion of water waves and those complex air vortexes rolling off airplane wings. She basically took wild fluid dynamics and tamed it on paper. And that leads us to this really profound realization. The wild chaos of the ocean is secretly following a strict, very predictable mathematical script. Thanks to her brilliant work, we now know that what looks like total random chaos is, underneath it all, just beautiful, predictable math. So let's step back and look at our complete timeline here. 1857, 1900, 1964, all on May 15th. One single date on the calendar, but it holds so many incredible stories that all share this really powerful, world-changing connection. Because here's the thread tying all these eras together. Every single genius we talked about today essentially asked the exact same question. What is the pattern hiding inside the chaos? Whether they were staring at a sky full of stars, mountains of text data, or the wild flow of water, they found that hidden structure. And their curiosity, that's what gave us the tools that built our modern digital world. Because they dared to ask that question, We get to live in a world with advanced image processing, instant translation, and safe air travel. So I'll leave you with this to chew on. What hidden pattern is the next May 15th genius going to discover in our world? Who knows? Maybe it's you. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and remember to keep looking for those patterns.